and we welcome you to N.E.W Mayhem. We are live from the Genting Arena right here in Birmingham after a raucous Riot 11. I sit next to the former N.E.W World Heavyweight Champion Erwin. And Erwin, let's just get this out the way right here, right now. What's the deal? I mean, we've been hearing rumours circulating around the globe that was it. That was your last match. I mean, can you confirm or deny those rumours live on air here tonight?
Well, yeah, it is true. That was my last match. I mean, I kept it a close secret. I maybe told Blaze, and that was about it. That once I lost that belt, that was it for me. I've had a good run here. I want to thank the fans for supporting me, but that's the end of the Erwin train.
Well, a surefire Hall of Fame career. Well, I'd like to thank you personally on behalf of the company and myself for a tremendous career. And I'm almost happy that you've joined me full time on commentary, considering you seem to do it more times than I do anyway. Well, we've got a hellacious night ahead of us on Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. As you would expect, the night after Riot, always a crazy one. Expect a partisan crowd from around the world here tonight in Birmingham. We're going to kick things off with a UK rankings match, and it's going to be Kobayashi versus the man, as far as I'm concerned, who screwed Snake out of the United Kingdom title, Crazy Hammer.
Two men right here that we've seen go at it on N.E.W soil. Both have made their way back over for Kobayashi. First time for Crazy Hammer. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the big leagues.
Sorry, I mean, Kobayashi, I can completely understand the form he's been in N.E.W. Sensational. Some would say the best run of his career to date. Crazy Hammer, he's a veteran, I grant you, a New Japan legend. I don't dispute that, but I think it's pretty clear that his best years are behind him. Crazy Hammer. Indeed, well, you know, he's a formidable individual when he can catch his breath, and as of late, frankly, he's spent more time gasping than he has fighting.
Well, managed to get that EFW belt and warranted enough interest to get Adrian Goldman to choose to pick him and Riley Patterson, who is in our main event tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, some would say Riley Patterson was born for the main event in N.E.W. She will get that chance tonight against a formidable Alice Young.
Yeah, one of the women to start off Brawl way back when.
And one of the founding members of the women's division. Alice Young, of course, part of True Force. Should be a great main event. To kick things off tonight, however, with this man, and what a road to redemption it has been for Kobayashi. 5'10", 230 pounds from Osaka, Japan. I was a proud member of Kobayashi and the Dog. TV champion, the European champion. Back in the day, no longer, however, the self-proclaimed TV champion. He feels he has nothing left to prove, Erwin. He feels his recent form, his recent actions have been enough. And it's undoubtable, Kobayashi, as of late, has been unstoppable.
Big opportunity here for both these guys to work their way up this UK rankings, which has been firmly held by Sean Stevenson at the top.
Yeah, Sean Stevenson, I think, surprised the world at Riot 11 when he retained the United Kingdom Championship. Some wiser fans would know that this man screwed over the rightful champion Snake and spoiled what would have been a perfect night for Magnum Opus, who celebrated retaining their tag team championship in their record-breaking tag team reign, and of course Rick Weaver winning the Intercontinental Championship. I'm sure Crazy Hammer, Snake's nemesis, is happy about that. 5'7", 249 pounds from Tokyo, Japan, a former EFW champion, the washed-up one, has arrived in N.E.W.
Well, I think he's about to prove he's far from washed up. Crazy Hammer set to take on Kobayashi. This one will be intense, this one will be hard hitting. It is just a one-on-one, so weapons will not be allowed.
Should be a great match.
The man who literally finally got over to N.E.W.
Yes, the man who claims he got over a long time ago in E.F.W. now gets to prove it on the grandest stage of them all. Mike Chioda rings the bell, and here we go.
Oh! Nasty over, look who's out here.
Oh, wait a minute. It's the mastermind himself, who will not have forgotten about last night one bit, I can tell you.
Shitopa telling him to get out of the ring.
Yeah, Mike Shitopa, our senior official, telling Snake to get out of there.
Oh, DDT from Kobayashi.
Snake completely ignoring our senior official. I don't think he cares about this match or the UK Championship.
Oh,
Mike Shitopa rings a bell.
And it's a DQ.
Hammer wins by DQ on his debut. But Snake absolutely crushing Crazy Hammer on his N.E.W. Mayhem debut.
Well, and spoiling any chances of a good
My
match
word.
to kick things off here.
A bit of vengeance, a bit of redemption by Snake in my eyes.
Well,
Crazy Hammer deserved that. I don't think even Kobayashi begrudged losing by disqualification.
Venom driver in the centre of the ring. Crazy Hammer not prepared for Snake making his way into that match.
Well, perhaps now he knows how it feels, Erwin, when something's just dropped on you from a great height at a grand stage. This is exactly what Crazy Hammer deserved.
Well, I'm sure the boss will have words about that, because we're expecting him out here next. The only man in N.E.W. that actually announces when he's coming out.
Well, because Erwin, when he comes out, he's always got something important to say. Adrian Goldman, the CEO, the boss, the man who signs a check, my personal mentor and friend, Adrian Goldman. What a pleasure it is to work for such a audacious genius, Erwin.
If you say so. Adrian Goldman. Mic in hand, already told us he has a huge announcement here
What
tonight.
a beautiful suit that is by Mr. Goldman. I really must ask who his tailor is. Let's see what he has to say. Well, there you go. Adrian Goldman did not disappoint the CEO. The mad scientist has struck again. The tag team division, the women's tag team division, that is to say, will be based on a point system because of the lack of women's tag teams in the N.E.W. so far. The emphasis, ladies and gentlemen, is so far. They don't call this guy the mad scientist for no reason. God knows what Adrian Goldman is planning next, Erwin.
Yeah, who knows what he has in store. And of course, our next match is in the women's tag team division, so one of these teams looking to score their first point this month. Of course, the one with the most points will face the women's tag team champions, the new women's tag team champions at the next Riot. Foxy Valentine's looking to get straight back in there on the championship hunt. Face off against the Scorpions.
It should be a great tag team matchup. And of course, we're going to have to keep score. We will, of course, keep track of it for you as well as best we can with our infamous stat monkeys as we go along this new road of discovery in the women's tag team division. And I mean, the point system that Adrian Goldman has devised there, and that could bring up some really interesting scenarios.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I mean, it could be a possibility down the line that more than one of these teams have equal points, and then what happens then? I mean, do they fight against each other for a decider, so like a sudden death point, or well, the both teams go against the champions because they've equaled the tally? I mean, so many questions unanswered here tonight in Mayhem.
Well, yeah, I guess as usual we'll just have to wait and see. Tag team action set to take place here after a shockingly abruptly ended first match that was set to be an absolute classic. Hopefully this one will be.
Well, you know, Crazy Hammer got what he deserved, let's be honest. Snake, with rightful vengeance on his side, struck a furious blow for justice here tonight at Mayhem.
Well, he may have attacked Crazy Hammer, but of course he did move him up in the rankings as a result.
Well, I mean, that's assuming, of course, Adrian Goldman classes that as an official result, considering the interference by Snake. I mean, the mad scientist may just feel that one needs a second showing. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what anyone thinks anymore around here? Well, Foxy Valentine, we all know what they're thinking about themselves.
Well, they always do. The ego has got right up the back of the fans, to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. The shameless self-promoters are well and truly ingrained against, well, anything that isn't completely and utterly exuberant in every single way. The Fox and Nancy Valentine are many things. They're talented, they're accomplished, they are not quiet. The Fox is 5'5", 132 pounds. Nancy Valentine 5'2", 109 pounds. The Fox from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and of course Nancy Valentine from Long Island, New York, the two-time women's tag team champion in their own right, and of course the Fox also an N.E.W. women's heavyweight champion. Foxy Valentine, despite their, some would say, comical attire and self-obsessed attitude, and not without success. The Fox, of course, the first ever dual women's champion here in N.E.W. history, Erwin. No one can ever take that away from it. And her protege, Nancy Valentine, has come on leaps and bounds this last year. Yeah, what a team these two have become.
But no doubt feeling salty after their loss to the Outlaws for those tag team championships, which they now have to win in a point system rather than simply climb a short ladder.
Yeah, which I'm sure they're not happy about. How many of the teams will be happy about this decision that Goldman has made? Surely making it harder for some teams, you would argue, to achieve a tag team title shot.
After that Falls Count Anywhere match, you've got to wonder how Sonia Jackson's feeling.
Yeah, Sonia Jackson and Farrier, the bizarre ones. Jackson 5'3", 126 pounds. Farrier 5'8", 152 pounds. Jackson from Essex, Vermont, and Farrier from Lisbon, Portugal originally. Jackson, a three-time women's heavyweight champion, and Farrier, a former EFW women's heavyweight champion. Both two ladies already used to gold. It's a long road ahead. Is it going to add a women's tag team title to that collection, Erwin?
Very good question. Sonia Jackson looking once again to become a dual champion, the second ever in the women's division. Already has that singles title, which is also in need of a #1 contender. And of course our main event, kicking that ranking shuffle off. Of course, quite a chaotic night, of course, after Riot 11. Contenders to be found.
Well, absolutely contenders to be found. I've got to ask you here, Owen. This is your first night as a full-time commentator. How does it feel?
A little strange, but almost like nothing's changed.
If you feel like you're in need of a stiff drink and a hot shower, it gets better.
Right, it's going to be good to get to see the youth keep that alive, because it doesn't stop me for rooting for Blaze every time he's in a match. Farrier kicking things off, but Fox quickly changing the pace.
Quick counter there by the Fox, inverted DDT. Leg sweep there by Farrier. Both these ladies off to a fairly quick pace here.
Oh, big shot.
Oh, Hurricane Rana by the Fox.
That's Farrier dazed here. Oh, kick to the back.
Well, yeah, as you would expect, a vicious start by both those ladies who've had their beef in the past, to say the very least. A tag by the Fox and Nancy Valentine, her protege, always keen to impress her mentor, the Fox. Oh, what a counter there by Farrier. Kick to the back of the leg. Oh, and a hard forearm smash.
A huge, huge forearm, knocking Nancy Valentine to the ground. Finds herself in trouble. Oh, what a shot. Sonia Jackson gloating. Valentine still alive here, armbreaker. Oh! Slamming Sonia Jackson to the ground again.
In the corner goes Jackson. Nancy Valentine now taking control of the veteran Jackson. Oh, great double team there. That leg scissors takedown, following up with the elbow to the back, to the spine, right to the spine by the Fox. Excellent double team by Foxy Valentine.
Oh, but a shot returned from Sonia Jackson, putting this back in the corner of the Scorpions again.
Oh yeah, the backbreaker by Jackson. Holding on. Torture rack. Almost like maneuver. Fox unable to get to the rope. Jackson pulled it away though, just for good measure. Kick to the back of the Fox's spine, perhaps a receipt for that double team by Fox and Valentine. Oh, what a punch there by the Fox. Oh, big bulldog.
Starting to build some momentum up, dragging Sonia Jackson away from her corner.
Tagged by the Fox.
Valentine is in, but busy gloating.
Well, yeah, Nancy Valentine, as we say, the queen of self-promotion, no stranger to blowing her own trumpet, finally gets down to business. That knee to the spine and the kick to the gut. A good start.
Going to the apron. Oh, going up top.
Yeah, went a long way about it, but top rope, high risk. Big elbow misses. Jackson rolls out the way. Valentine wasting way too much time there. Jackson gonna make the tag to Farrier, and she does. The miss with the mind games now, the legal woman. Oh, hard right hand there by Nancy Valentine.
Before she could get
what a
any
slap.
kind of attack, Farrier stopped there, but sends Valentine over the top rope.
Yeah, back body drop by Farrier on the ring apron. Hard forearm smash, knocking Valentine to that wafer thin mat. And this one gonna get ugly before it gets better. Mike Shitopa begins the liberal count of 10 well across body by Valentine. Jesus, what a shot that was to Farrier. Missed with a drop kick to the spine. Farrier had the wherewithal to roll out of it. Double knees. What do you call that one again, Owen?
Yeah, driving those knees right into the chest. Count out is beginning to seem imminent. Count of 6. Huge jawbreaker. Just throwing Farrier across the arena here.
Mike Shitope up to 8, and it has to be said he slowed his count. Oh, he's already rather slow count, as Nancy Valentine and the Fox were almost going to get a count out there. I mean, that's also a very good question. In case of a count out, does that mean both teams get a point, or is the match replayed?
It's a very good question. Again, we'd have to wait for a word from Adrian Goldman about that. Farrier, sent into her own corner. Nancy Valentine looking to send Sonia Jackson off the apron. Got blinded by a kick. Jackson made a tag to Farrier.
Oh, sunset flip, beautiful.
Still out of it
by Jackson. Open with the 2, no, break up.
Oh, wait,
schoolboy, no.
Farrier right there, thankfully. Oh, Fox accidentally bulldogging Nancy Valentine as she went for Farrier.
Jawbreaker there by Nancy Valentine. Oh, jawbreaker right back by Sonia Jackson.
An arm drag.
Great arm drag.
Fox finally getting out of the ring.
Oof.
Vicious slap.
Well, that's not just any slap, Erwin. That's a slap from a 3-times women's heavyweight champion of the world.
The double knees.
The quadruple knees by Sonia Jackson has turned this thing around. The bizarre one suddenly in complete control. Fox is looking worried on the ring apron. Takedown by Jackson. Oh, wait a minute.
That figure 4 stomp.
Dear Lord.
Right to the knee. That could be all.
Well, if it's... yeah, the Fox not messing around there, getting right back and getting a shoulder for a trouble. And oh no, wait a minute. Counters that German cat-like reflexes. Big drop kick. Huge drop kick by the Fox.
Fox back out on the apron. Farrier comes to her senses, went for Fox but got a kick to the face, much like Nancy Valentine did earlier in the match, and Farrier is rocked.
Yeah, Nancy Valentine crawling to her corner.
Oh, Farrier got her that time. Fox to the outside.
Exception to that drop kick, a big shoulder to the ribs of the Fox, and now Nancy Valentine is on her own and in dangerous waters, fighting back with everything she has. Elbows to the gut of Farrier, clearly injury sustained to the head there. You see the cradle in the head. Farrier, fireman's lift, the mistress of mind games, will be relentless in their attack. We can promise you that one, folks.
Oh. Dripping her on the top rope. Neck breaker.
What a neck breaker by Farrier. Vicious. Ruthless. Relentless.
Farrier in control now. Nancy Valentine starting to falter. Another swinging neck breaker, this time from the mat.
How many neck breakers can Nancy Valentine take? You already saw her cradling that head.
Once again fighting back here.
Oh, full Nelson. Oh, wait a minute.
Going for it. Valentine ball.
There it is. That unique submission maneuver. Locked in tight by Nancy Valentine. Sonia Jackson, unwisely in my opinion, staying on the ring apron. Will Farrier tap? No. What tremendous faith shown there by Jackson. Rolls out of it there by the mistress of mind games. Needs to make a tag. The damage may already been done, and she does. Jackson right back in. That was great teamwork there.
Oh, hang on, going
by Jackson and Farrier.
Time.
Oh, there you see it. The figure 4 knee stomp from the middle rope, beautifully applied. Going for a pin. Fox in again. Double axe handle breaks it up. Not even a 1 by Shitope. Trying to retain some form of order in this matchup. Finally gets Fox back to the corner. Farrier also out by our senior official. Jackson now, top rope, looking for Valentine,
right,
misses with the elbow, sidestep by Nancy Valentine.
Head scissor takedown.
Tremendous head scissor takedown. What ring presence by Nancy Valentine.
Sending Jackson into the corner now.
What a match this has been.
Shitope having words with Farrier on the outside.
Double Death Valley driver.
But distracted by Farrier momentarily. Shitope and
farewell and good night. That is it.
Oh,
no.
Farrier breaks things up.
2.9 3/4.
Caught Valentine off guard, sent her to the outside as well. Fox still ready. Cross body.
The train doesn't go to Hogwarts anymore when it goes to pin.
You could be right. Fox and Sonia Jackson fighting to end this. Fox has something in mind. Split-legged moonsault.
Beautiful athleticism by the Fox.
Oh, but Sonia Jackson, the spring of life herself.
Caught in midair by the Fox.
Finds herself in Foxy Valentine's corner. Nancy Valentine now in.
And there you see it again. What a manoeuvre, that is it. That is it. 2, where's Jackson?
No sign of,
3, it's over.
No sign of Farrier there at the end. I'm not sure what happened. We get a replay, we might be able to see a better angle of that. That was the earlier double knees. And that Valentine bore. Deadly submission in its own right.
Yeah, Jackson nowhere near the ropes and no salvation coming. Farrier nowhere to be seen. Oh, what a manoeuvre.
And it looks like she was just on the apron. Maybe decided that this match shouldn't go on any longer in case it begins to jeopardise Sonia Jackson's women's title holding chances.
Well, I mean, I completely respect that form of decision. For one tag team partner to another, it is sometimes just to admit defeat and survive to fight another day.
Foxy Valentine scoring a point on their search to get their women's tag team title belts back.
I hope the Stat Monkeys write that one down. Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have to move on to an IC rankings matchup. Extreme Rules, of course, as all our ranking matchups are here in N.E.W. between Daryl Graves and the Gangster. Well, Extreme Rules pretty much sums up a matchup made in heaven for both these men.
Certainly going to get interesting in just a few moments. Daryl Graves, a phenomenal athlete, and the Gangster, one hard-hitting SOB.
Well, I've got to ask you, Erwin, as somewhat of a hardcore legend yourself, who would you pick between the Gangster and Graves?
Gangster has a height and weight advantage. I would argue this is down to who gets to a weapon and uses it first.
Well,
Daryl Graves has that speed and agility that the Gangster may not be ready for, but the Gangster has been known, like his tag team partner, to end singles matches fairly quick. From time to time, not as frequent as Tyler York or Warlord, for example.
It has to be said, Tyler York or the Gangster are not known for their long game, but they are known for their aggression. Daryl Graves, aggression, well, this guy's a completely different animal. 5'8", 206 pounds. Don't let his size fool you for 1 second. Battle Creek, Michigan, former Intercontinental Champion, and without a doubt in my mind, one of the most dangerous men on the roster today, Daryl Graves.
One intense individual with a hellishly tough opponent throughout that Intercontinental ranking when I was there.
There's just a moment every now and then, Erwin, when this guy snaps and he gets that look in his eye, and you know if you're stood across the ring from him, that look, that stone cold look, then you're in trouble. That there is literally nothing Graves would not do to win. Nothing. And that's what scares me about Daryl Graves.
Certainly determined. But can he get past the Gangster, who has...
Look at what he's wearing. He's clearly not a stable individual.
No, he's not. Time and time again, the Gangster has climbed to the top but has yet to hold that Intercontinental Championship.
And every time the Gangster has got probation, he's been sent back to the lockup where he belongs. 6'3" and 299 pounds from Brooklyn, New York. A proud member of the Hit Squad, I'm not sure why. A former TV champion, a former tag team champion. Holla holla player, it's the Gangster.
You're really on a roll tonight. The Gangster.
We're not kind of move, goddammit. Yes, I'm sorry. He is going to be a tough opponent to beat, and you are quite right. In all seriousness, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a pimp daddy, but he's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, ready to bring some pain, but so is Daryl Graves.
It's a Psycho versus the Pimp. It's Extreme Rules.
Oh, rebounding off of the Gangster there and managing to roll into a pin. Should hope we're not getting into position before it's broken up.
Oh, big drop kick.
It just shows the speed of Graves. The Gangster again flying in with that clothesline, and Daryl Graves almost drop kicking him in the ribs mid-air. Doing a bit of taunting though, perhaps unwise.
Yeah, always unwise against the Gangster, who has speed himself. One a belly in the belly. Kick to the spine there, Daryl Graves again. Focusing early on that lower back. Gangster always has a game plan. Oh, crucifix.
So does Graves. Deadly crucifix there.
Runs those ropes. Oh, jawbreaker.
Oh, like
down there.
Backbreaker, but dodged by Daryl Graves.
Yeah, tremendous athleticism. German suplex, beautifully executed by Daryl Graves. Superb execution. Backdrop to follow up. Very underrated technician in my opinion, Daryl Graves, Erwin.
Well,
right up there.
He's managed to make the Gangster think twice about being in that ring there for a second.
What a hard left hand, what an electric chair, what a response by the Gangster. I said it, he is double A tough, and I meant it. This guy will not back down. Oh my word, what a suplex. Again, that reactionary speed from the Gangster, absolutely breathtaking. Punch to the gut by Daryl Graves, planning DDT. What a response from the Gangster, flurry after flurry, counter after counter, Erwin. The Gangster, is he in control? I just don't know yet.
Well, that's it. Every time you think he is, Daryl Graves comes fighting back with a burst of speed, but looking to end it here, doesn't even get a one.
Not even a one. Not even a one. Patented GBH neck wrench.
Of course, neither of these men on the card last night, so we'll be fresher than most people here tonight.
Oh yes, it's a hard night's work at right at 11. Big elbow from the middle rope. Neck wrench again by the Gangster. Of course, Extreme Rules, no rope breaks will apply. Daryl Graves' positioning not an issue for the Gangster here tonight. He can apply that patented wearing down neck wrench as many times as he damn well pleases.
Oh,
what a spine buster! Dear God, what a spine buster! You felt that one from here.
Daryl Graves in trouble, but blocks a shot from the Gangster and fires one right back.
That stiff left forearm.
Oh, caught the Gangster running in
Gut
there.
wrench suplex. Yeah, the Gangster trying to outspeed Graves, and Graves ready for him that time with that huge gut wrench suplex. Oh! Almost like a
slam.
Yeah, almost like a modified angle slam there. 2. Very close. Very, Very close. Daryl Graves perhaps smells blood in the water, and the gangster is hurt. He has not moved after that angle slam. Top rope from Daryl Graves. High risk. 450 splash, and he misses. Graves misses. Gangster playing possum.
Now going to a beatdown. And what must be a
spine buster.
Daryl Graves taking another spine buster there, but again fighting back.
I cannot believe the resilience of both these men here tonight. Absolutely breathtaking.
What an incredible match this has been.
Big elbows to the head of the gangster. Will that be enough to wear the hitman down? No.
Our first one of the night though.
Yes, it is.
Belly to belly.
My Lord.
The gangster putting everything into that one.
Took some out of himself to deliver it, but beautifully done nonetheless. The gangster now stalking his prey, catching his breath. He knows one big move in the centre of that ring might just do it.
It's got him up.
Oh, wait. Alabama slam. Shades of Hardcore Holly at his best.
Going for a pin.
Top over 2. Yes, and it's over. What a match.
Absolutely incredible stuff. But when it comes to the Intercontinental rankings, only Cowboy Roy moves up. Excuse me, the gangster moves up.
Yeah, the gangster there. Tremendous hard-fought victory against the unbalanced, a bit talented Daryl Graves.
Of course, Roy on my mind, because I was thinking we haven't seen him since he lost to Rick Weaver after that phenomenal run. We haven't seen him since.
No, Roy has somewhat disappeared.
Hoping that we'd
off
see
the
him
radar
here tonight, but that hasn't been the case. He wasn't held back.
Well, I feel we should actually use this opportunity just to appeal to Cowboy Roy on air, just to please get in touch with someone from N.E.W. just to let us know that you're okay. I mean, at this point, that's all we want from you, Cowboy, just to let us know, buddy, okay? I'm a phone call away. Hell of a match between Graves and the gangster. Extreme Rules. I mean, and it's ironic when not a weapon used.
Yeah, I was expecting weapons to get involved pretty quickly in that one, but
it shows you what your predictions are worth, sir.
Well, there you go. I'll have to work on that one.
Yes, you've got a lot to learn about commentary, my friend, as I would in a wrestling ring.
Coming up next.
Fortunately for you, you have an excellent teacher.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Coming up next, tag team rankings. After another tremendous defense from Magnum Opus.
Tremendous is not the word. Awe-inspiring are the words. What it brought a tear to my eye, Owen, after that hard-fought slugfest that Rick Weaver went through to earn the Intercontinental Championship against an icon, a legend of this business, Cowboy Roy, to dig deep as a unit and retain the N.E.W. Tag Team Championship and roll on their record-breaking first ever run as N.E.W. Tag Team Champions. Full Nelson and Redemption could learn from Magnum Opus.
And judging by this matchup, it means that Los Luchadores are not keen to get back into the runnings just yet. Perhaps regrouping and re-strategizing, maybe hoping someone else can do the job for them.
Well, yeah, Los Luchadores now have had 2 attempts against Magnum Opus and failed on both occasions. I mean, this time they looked like it was an almost certain,
oh yeah, I mean, it went down to a one-on-one, and then Vega pulled out the Vega bomb, and it was all over just like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, at two on one, you thought, okay, this is it. Weaver put everything he had, spent a lot more time in the ring than Vega did, it has to be said.
Yes, of course, had a 30-minute Iron Man match with Cowboy Roy earlier on in the night. What a night it was.
Well, Full Nelson, Zach Fuller and Wade Nelson, some sort of cute wordplay going on there. Zach Fuller 5'10" and 225 pounds, and Wade Nelson 6 foot 240 pounds. Fuller from Hackensack, New Jersey, and Wade Nelson from Fargo, North Dakota. Zach Fuller, a former 2-time television champion. Wade Nelson, former EFW World Heavyweight Champion, and of course the chosen one of an old friend of yours, Erwin.
Oh yeah.
Where's that
Many
jacket?
A battle with Red, who passed that jacket down to Wade Nelson, declaring him essentially as the next big thing, and he's looking to start that off with a tag team title victory, it seems, alongside Zach Fuller.
I meant to ask, do you have a protege now you're retired?
Maybe I'll keep that card close to my chest and make everyone wonder.
A redemption, Franco and Marty. 6 foot 248 pounds is Franco. Marty 6'1", 220 pounds. Franco from Beverly Hills, California. Marty from Denver, Colorado. I have to get through this one. Franco, a 3-time TV champion, a former Intercontinental champion, a former 2-time tag team champion. And of course, Marty, a former TV champion, a former UK champion, also a 2-time N.E.W. tag team champion. They call themselves Redemption. They should have called themselves the Suckers. The guys, betrayed by their former tag team partners, have donned matching outfits and have decided to go it alone together, Erwin. Isn't it a beautiful story of so-called redemption?
Well, they are hopeful. They are hopeful that this new alliance works.
Dolphin rings the bell, and here we go.
Treachery.
Oh, T-bone suplex by Franco to kick this one off. One of the purest athletes here in N.E.W, despite his questionable clothing taste.
Franco. The
Big
suplex.
Oh, left forearm smash there. Oh,
Fuller not quick enough though.
Fireman carry. Great manoeuvre there by Franco.
Oh, but Zach Fuller again, quick to respond.
Yeah, Fuller.
Snap suplex.
No stranger to speed himself. That snap suplex delivered beautifully to Franco. Tries to take control of the 2-time All-American, on the soundest mat technicians in N.E.W. history. Franco, despite his recent, shall we say, unfortunate. Oh, right back into the corner.
Made a tag to Marty.
Oh, and now Marty, legal man, tremendous athleticism by both men. Blind tag finally made to Wade Nelson.
Oh, and what a boot!
Big boot comes in hard against Marty.
I went for Franco and then paused for a second, which gave Marty
a
chance to recuperate there.
Well, yeah,
sending Fuller to the outside. Nelson, excuse me, to the outside.
Nelson almost made the tag moments ago, and then of course was stopped by Franco, which I think is why Nelson was thinking about that receipt. It let Marty right back into this thing. They've gone to the outside. Misses with the insecurity, did Nelson. Marty now with that headlock, trying to out wrestle Wade Nelson, who countered. Snap suplex.
Suplex on the outside.
Well, after both men grappling for position, Mike Shitope, on the count of 7, finally both these men back into the ring. That snap suplex by Wade Nelson, enough to cause Marty a little bit of trouble here.
Sent into the corner.
Oh, good
Nelson
counter.
doesn't get a tag.
Good counter by Marty. Of course, Franco and Marty could make an argument, Erwin, that both these men tag team specialists.
Well, yeah, definitely have the pedigree in amongst tag teams. And new to each other though.
Yeah, well, Full Nelson though, I've never won the tag team championship. They've very recently formed. I mean, the sheer experience factor of Franco and Marty could be the thing that sets these teams apart tonight.
Too close to the rope.
Way too close. Shitope goes for a pin, not even a 1. Kick out by Nelson. Misses the drop kick to the spine. Nelson rolls out the way, misses with that big knee. Oh!
Spiral drop kick there from Franco. Taking Wade Nelson down. Going for another armbar.
Chitopa's down.
A very injured element of Wade Nelson, to say the least. And he's bandaged from head to toe practically. There are some Egyptian sarcophagus with less bandage inside of it. Franco fighting back here.
Oh, German suplex.
Right down the ring turnbuckle pads.
And again, second German holding on.
Going for a third here.
Oh, sleek and efficient as the country that bears their name. Franco with 3 tremendous German suplexes. Arm drag counter there. Oh, it's a Gary! It's a Gary head around the world!
Of Wade Nelson could be enough to put Franco away.
That is it, it is over.
It's
it
the
is
only
over.
thing that's ever buried the Reaper.
What? Not even a 1-0 win.
My God, Franco somehow coming to, perhaps.
That is not humanly possible.
Perhaps Nelson didn't quite get all of it, didn't get a full swing like he normally does.
What the hell is Franco's head made of?
Oh wait, small package super kick pile driver, my God!
4 moves it for the price of 1.
Zach Fuller right there to break things up.
Oh, Full Nelson. How's about that for irony?
Yeah, that's a bit ironic. Fuller to the outside.
That's fantastic. Matty. Oh, arm drag. That's one of the greatest maneuvers I've ever seen in any
Oh, what a forearm
smash. Fireman carry.
Nelson.
Samoa drop. Beautiful by Marty.
Oh, looking to finish the job here. Denver Crab locked in tight.
Don't you mean the net crab, Erwin?
Well, not for Marty, no. Denver Crab. Wade Nelson forced to tap.
Wow, yeah, once that submission was in, it was all over. Redemption. Poor name, good start to their tag team alliance. Franco and Marty, the tag team specialist, beat a hard fighting, hard hitting Full Nelson. And you see that kick heard round the world, delivered by Wade Nelson, went for a pin, thought it was over, didn't even get a 1. Unbelievable.
Phenomenal stuff. Franco and Marty picking up a victory here, moving up that list of tag teams.
Redemption just overpowered Full Nelson in the end. Wade Nelson and Zach Fuller never recovered after the shock of Franco kicking out of that kick, Erwin. I think mentally they shut off after that kick was delivered, and that's what cost them here tonight.
Absolutely incredible. A quick finish to a brutal match.
Yeah, hellacious. Well, it's been a brutal night here in N.E.W. Mayhem and live in the Genting Arena. We thank you once again for joining us wherever you are around the world. Coming up next, however, we have to move on to our first of our 2 main events, and it's United States ranking match between Joe Freeman and Brad Morse and Jimmy Falcon in a triple threat Extreme Rules match. Excuse me, that did not match my program notes. For a chance to move up a notch in the United States rankings. I mean, 3 hard fighting competitors, Extreme Rules, which I think you could make an argument favours either Freeman or Morse. Does that make Falcon the wild card, considering we haven't seen him in the last few weeks at least here in N.E.W, Erwin?
Well, while we have not seen Jimmy Falcon in action for quite some time, my question is on Joe Freeman being in this match once more. We see a member of End Times in the US rankings despite the Reaper holding the title.
And Brad Morse, with that eerily silent start to his entrance, makes his way down to the ring. The toll of the bell and a chorus of cheers and a mixture of boos for this controversial individual. 5'10", 240 pounds, proud resident of Greenwich, Connecticut, two-time United States champion already, Owen. In a pretty controversial career, to say the least. Brad Morse, in this division at least, is a real power player.
Needs to get back in the saddle though after losing that title to the Reaper. We've seen very, very little of him. Finds himself in a triple threat match, but is no stranger to being against the odds here. Brad Morse can finish a match in an instant. Oh, and here we go. The red beginning to pulsate.
Enters the original Demon. The mist appears. Hell opens. And his chief disciple ascends. Whenever he damn well pleases.
After having sided with the Reaper, has become a darker soul, and there he is.
Joe Freeman making the people wait. 6 foot 224 pounds from Copenhagen, Denmark. Shock member of End Times, the original Demon, joining forces with the new breed in the Reaper, Erwin. And as you quite rightly said, got so much more vicious, so much more clinical, so dare we say it, even more demonic. And who thought that was possible of Joe Freeman? Is this the greatest ace in the hole that the Reaper could have ever possessed?
Seems the Reaper truly unleashed the demon within Joe Freeman and is allowing him to compete at a level that may earn him a title shot against his master.
Well, in some ways, Erwin, I was completely shocked and surprised when it happened, but in other ways it makes complete and utter sense. Joe Freeman has never exactly has never been exactly what you would call normal.
That's very true. That's hard to argue. Of course, after having never won a title here in N.E.W, must be quite desperate. Perhaps the desperation playing into the palms of the Reaper. I mean, if that guy offers you an opportunity with his track record, why would you turn it down?
Okay, so you're saying this is a desperation move by Freeman?
Well, perhaps. Not necessarily, I'm just saying. I mean, he's been here a while, he's failed to pick up a title. You know how Adrian Goldman gets about these things.
Well, I mean, you're right. He is an N.E.W veteran. I suppose arguably one of the best nearly men in our business. And you're absolutely right, Adrian Goldman is ruthless. After a while he'll just start putting it down to Joe Freeman, quite simply not being good enough. And who would want to admit that about the original Demon, despite his allegiances to the devil himself, the Reaper?
Well, speaking of allegiances to the devil, here comes the associate of Magnum Opus,
Jimmy Falcon, in the smartest career decision of his entire life, back in action here tonight, and still with a point to prove. The associate of the illustrious Magnum Opus, 5'9", 220 pounds, Miami, Florida. He wants to be more than a nearly man, Erwin. He wants a title, and could you imagine the rewards that would fall from the sky if Jimmy Falcon could do something that no other member of Magnum Opus has achieved so far in their N.E.W career, and win the United States Championship? That would surely, almost certainly, cement finally cement Jimmy Falcon's place in the group of groups, Erwin.
Well put. Snake, of course, owning his contract, perhaps allowing him this opportunity due to Snake being unsuccessful in the UK rankings.
Allowing him this opportunity. Snake gets a cut. He earns his contract. Snake isn't stupid. This is just a bit of extra money in the bank. Triple threat, Extreme Rules. Chatopa rings the bell.
Well, once again, some fairly fresh men here. Those that have not had to do battle last night at Riot, trying to find themselves in the rankings.
Raucous start to this one.
Freeman pounding down on Jimmy Falcon there. Of course, Magnum Opus and End Times have come to blows from time to time. Probably the two super groups as it stands in N.E.W.
Well, End Times, alright, they're impressive, but they are the Bud Light of super groups compared to Magnum Opus. I mean, come on.
And you're going to argue they're a fine Dom Perignon. Joe Freeman coming alive here. Falcon returns with a jawbreaker. Freeman ducks a clothesline. Brad Morse getting back into it.
If you can name me one different type of champagne other than Dom Perignon, I will eat your beanie, sir.
Lantern.
Damn it! Backdrop by Freeman.
My time in retail serves me well. Oh, shot to the face. Brad Morse on the attack here. The former US champion going to work on Joe Freeman.
Oh, wait a minute, that's a submission. Submission by Morse.
Freeman breaking free though.
It's almost like a lead lock armbar.
A triangle, I think. Ineffective eventually, but it has got Brad Morse out. Jimmy Falcon now picking up the pace.
Tremendous knee by Falcon. Joe Freeman responds with a hard left hand. Gut wrench suplex by the original Demon. Hard shot to follow up to Morse straight away to keep him in the corner.
Yeah, who's only just got to his feet there.
Fast thinking by Joe Freeman, backdrop, and now Freeman standing to get into his pace here. Jimmy Falcon must have a tremendous amount of ring rust considering his duties as of late for Magnum Opus.
Oh, we haven't seen Brad Morse for some time either.
A good point. Joe Freeman firing away here. The most in-ring time out of these three competitors. Good call, Erwin.
Sorry to interrupt.
No. Good
the
goal.
Action picking up once more. What a neck breaker. I thought Brad Morse countered it for a second, but it was Jimmy Falcon who was prepared for that.
Yes, even the blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Brad Morse and Jimmy Falcon. I found some strength, found some ground, and found some time to shake off that rust here.
Jawbreaker. Brad Morse flying in, but Freeman getting in the way. Tried to eliminate Falcon there, missed grabbing Brad Morse, but he's still a bit shaken
eyes
up.
by Freeman. Shades of the dead man.
Morse rolling out of the ring once more. Freeman bringing in Jimmy Falcon the hard way.
Yeah, huge suplex from the ring apron by Joe Freeman, and goes right back on the assault there with that neck wrench. Falcon trying to fight out of it, and he does. Hard right hand to the stomach.
A boot to the gut. Fireman's carry again. Brad Morse bringing himself back in.
The old Haku slap there by Brad Morse. You don't see that one every day.
Freeman, what a power slam.
Tremendous power slam by Joe Freeman with very little space to work there. Tremendous strength. Wait a minute, Jimmy Falcon.
Falcon with the Oshigaroshi.
Well, sayonara, Joe Freeman.
With a big elbow to the head to follow that one up.
Jimmy Falcon taking it all in. He has every right to. This is your moment, Jimmy.
Morse trying to recover in the corner, gets a drop kick.
Do it, the Magnum Opus kid. Make yourself famous.
Has taken a beating throughout this match.
No! Damn it! I mean, no! Brad Morse kicks out.
And the onslaught.
Go on, Jimmy.
from Jimmy Falcon continues here, waiting for Brad Morse to get to his feet.
Flatten him. Springboard top rope. Oh,
forearm.
Tremendous athleticism.
Going for a pin. But Freeman was right there.
God damn it.
Going for a pin himself.
Sheer audacity, unmitigated gall. Double axe handle for his trouble.
Brad Morse has taken a pounding through this match. Freeman once again starting to pick up the pace for himself.
What a hard left hand by Joe Freeman right to the head of Jimmy Falcon.
Returning to Morse now. Falcon took a step back. Standing Uranagi.
Standing Uranagi indeed.
Falcon trying to take advantage but does not.
Planning DDT by Freeman. Again stalking his prey.
Setting up. Kiss of death.
There it is. That fatal finisher.
Gotta be it. No. Falcon dug down deep.
Not fatal enough.
Way out of it. I suppose we'd call that the kiss of near death then. Falcon escaping with his life. DDT.
Planning DDT by Falcon. Runs Morse right back into that corner.
Oh, has the Tree of Woe in mind.
How woeful is the Tree of Woe, Owen?
Oh, all the blood rushing to your head and then having a boot to the gut or a choke like that one. Certainly takes a bit to recover from. Oh, Morse blocking that shot, but another fireman's carry
by Falcon. How impressed have you been?
Oh, off Joe Freeman like a freight train with a clubbing blow that took Falcon down.
Inverted DDT by Morse. Goes for a pin.
Surely can't have worn them all out.
Two.
Them.
No. Brad Morse. His opportunist best there. Goes for that GB8 net range. I was just about to say before I was rudely interrupted. How impressed have you been with Jimmy Falcon here tonight when you think about how long he's been out of action?
Falcon has always been an incredible athlete.
Held
Always
his own.
Keeps himself in the game one way or another. Just his questionable choices as of late. However, Brad Morse looking for a victory here. Freeman has recovered somewhat. Only a 1.
Well, yeah, the original Demon with that tremendous resilience, that well-documented,
I think went for the Morse code.
Dodges the Morse code. Kick to the gut by Morse. Responds angrily. Fireman carry counter by Freeman. Perfect positioning for the original Demon.
If he'd have landed that, surely it'd have been all over.
Yeah,
Freeman quick thinking.
Counter by Morse though. Into that backdrop.
Morse going to the outside, the first to search for weaponry under the ring. Falcon making his way around.
A kendo stick there, brought in by Brad Morse, realising Falcon got back to his feet now, trying to outthink the associate of
playing a game of cat and mouse.
Bearing in mind, once he's caught, he has that kendo stick to hold on to, giving Jimmy Falcon the runaround here completely.
Freeman's had time to recover.
And now you see it now, that both men were in combat with each other. Brad Morse come back in with that kendo stick and come in swinging. Tremendous tactic by Brad Morse, taking out Falcon in the process. Has Freeman in the other corner.
Caught the leg. Sent Brad Morse right down to the mat and to the outside. Falcon though. Snap suplex. Going for a pin, of course, extreme rules. So those ropes don't matter.
2.5 by Falcon. Stalks his prey. Shades of snakes there. Snake with that stance there. Oh, wait a minute.
Setting up for it.
Wait a minute.
Falcon clash. Rolls into a pin.
1.
Brad Morse nowhere near.
It's over.
And it's over. Falcon with a victory here tonight.
Well, the associate of the power players of N.E.W. Jimmy Falcon in absolutely glorious form here tonight against Brad Morse and Joe Freeman, and arguably Jimmy Falcon under the tutelage of Snake picking up one of the biggest victories of his career to date.
Arguably the biggest victory he's had in a long time. Could be set to face the Reaper sooner rather than later as he climbs those rankings. What an incredible night it's been so far after an earthquake that was Riot 11.
Tremendous triple threat. Incredible victory by Falcon. Picks up a hard-fought win here tonight in front of a hostile crowd here at the Genting Arena who clearly don't recognise quality when they see it. Jimmy Falcon.
I think they just question his association.
Oh please. If they were given the opportunity to associate themselves with a team like Magnum Opus, they would rip that hand off clean. And you know it, Erwin. You know it. Jimmy Falcon is one of the most hated men in the back. Not because of his association with Magnum Opus, because he got there first. That's the only reason that all these pretenders hate him, is because he's there. He's in the room with the Force in N.E.W. right now. And how many men can really say that? How many men can say, hand on heart, truthfully, that they had the year of the mastermind, the 7-time world champion Snake? Jimmy Falcon can. That's who.
Well, enough about that. We move on into our main event of the evening.
What a main event it should be.
The debut of Riley Patterson. This is going to be... Oh, wait
a minute. It's GBH. Yes. The night's always made better by the icon GBH.
Well, for the first time of him coming out here in recent weeks, I can feel relaxed knowing that he is no doubt set in pure focus on the new champion Yuri.
Yes, big congratulations to the Russian Bear for his first ever N.E.W. title win. Let's hear what GBH has to say. GBH telling Yuri one simple thing: to keep what he considers his title warm. That is a strong statement to the champion by the veteran GBH, Erwin.
Well, GBH has been there once before a brief hiatus, and then coming back and dominating the Intercontinental Championship division for so long before Cowboy Roy ruined that dream of his. Set to take the big one once more, and what a match that's going to be, set for the next Riot as far as I'm aware. Yuri taking on GBH for the N.E.W. World Championship.
I think that's the first time in my memory, Erwin, that the main event for the next Riot has been set so early in the infamous Road to Riot we're currently on.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had one that was declared the night of Mayhem. This one almost set up as soon. I mean, it was set up before. It was whoever would won that match was going to face GBH. We already knew that going into Riot.
So long-term planning by the mad scientist. The hard-fought win of Yuri got him there first, but GBH also hard-fought an opportunity for the N.E.W. World Heavyweight Championship. The mad scientist planning ahead, paying off here in a big way. Because tonight our main event is a one-on-one between one of the founding blocks of the N.E.W. Women's Division against the relative newcomer but EFW staple, Riley Patterson, the student of Funk U.
This is certainly going to be interesting. An N.E.W. legend taking on the newcomer in the main event this evening. Riley Patterson not wanting to dig herself into a title opportunity, wants to work her way to it. And that's what this match is going to be all about, to kick things off for her career here in N.E.W. Can she get a success over Alice Young and that deadly Tennessee chicken wing?
Well, that's a very good question there. I mean, Patterson, it's been well documented early in her career, had the issues with submission manoeuvres. We're going to find out how much she has exactly learned here tonight against the submission specialist Alice Young. Riley Patterson, 5'7", 135 pounds, will not be afraid of the fight from Wocklaw, Poland, the two-time EFW Women's Champion. That's a record in EFW for the record, folks. No one has ever held that belt more than once. Riley Patterson has broke the mould in the EFW Women's Division, Erwin. Can she do the same in the Big Boys League, in the N.E.W?
Well, questionably easily forgetting about Rachel Romey there. But yes, Riley Patterson has certainly made her mark.
Absolutely, it's the former boxer, mixed martial artist, it's Riley Patterson. 22-0 professional record for Patterson.
And again, I think for Riley, gold is kind of just something that comes along the way. She's just here for the fights. She doesn't really care about winning or losing as long as she puts everything into the match. She's happy, and I think she's going to have to do that just that tonight.
Alice Young, 5'5", 132 pounds, from Memphis, Tennessee. Proud member of True Force, a women's tag team champion, a two-time women's champion in her own right. And with the Brazilian behemoth Diana Simmons in her corner for support, I'm sure this could be a very long night for Riley Patterson.
Oh, this certainly an interesting way to start a career. Main event the night after Riot.
Chitolpa rings the bell.
Takes on Alice Young. First blows, but blocked the second one. Patterson starting fast here. What a neck breaker.
Wow. That net breaker slowed this pace down. Planning DDT by Patterson, who hits hard and hits fast. Professional boxing background. Oh! Come in handy more than once in a EFW career, that neck breaker by Young. Great counter by the submission specialist, Erwin.
Patterson, a tough fighter. Can take a lot of punishment and can dish it out just the same.
Loads those ropes. Big German by Patterson.
Takes a bow. Fans starting to get behind her here.
Raucous reception from the Genting Arena. Fireman Carey counter by Young. Again, the mat specialist Young sticking to what she knows, sticking to the mat, sitting to a technical base. Nothing technical about that knee though. That was sheer aggression, kick to the spine to follow up.
Taking Riley Patterson out of the match. She had such an advantage in to begin with.
You see the stomp on the arm there. Irwin to Patterson, possibly gearing up for a chicken wing down the line. Keeps the pin to her, applying that pressure. The Patterson keeps right on top of the N.E.W rookie Riley Patterson. These flurry of strikes by Young, who seems to be getting into a stride now again, working on that arm.
Fast flurry there from Alice Young, showing she can keep up with the former boxer. But Patterson with a jawbreaker, fighting free.
I think, you know, in terms of technical ability, Alice Young. In terms of speed, Patterson. For me, too close to call.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one.
Oh, wait a minute. Is Patterson going for a submission here? Yes, she is.
Oh, look at this.
What a unique modified armbar that was by Patterson. Young, though, the submission specialist, was in that move for all of 3 seconds. What a snap suplex by Young. I think absolutely outraged by Patterson's sheer audacity there. Middle roll, misses with a crossbody. Patterson got out of the way. That speed advantage again coming to fruition. Goes for a pinch. Chatopa's down. Not even a 2.
Patterson, could you imagine that, getting a victory over the submission specialist in her first match via submission? A bold attempt there by Riley Patterson. We're still on the attack of Alice Young here.
On the shoulders, guillotine is Young on that top rope. Patterson now knows she needs to take her time, knows she can't make any mistakes. That's a good start. A knee breaker there by Patterson, just wrenching that leg and that knee into a place it doesn't normally go. Alice Young writhing in pain, sent into the ring. Patterson circling her opponent, figuring out what to do next against an opponent like Alice Young, who has quite literally done it and seen it all before. Took too long though. Too long. Took Patterson. Big back body drop by Alice Young. Patterson having to come back onto the inside. Alice Young now telling Patterson to just bring it, and she does. My God, what a kick by Patterson.
Let her do all the taunting and that foot did all the talking. Boston Crab applied. Camel clutch, excuse me. Alice Young a bit slower that time, but gets out. I don't know why I always confuse those 2 moves. Completely different.
Oh, well, hey man, we all do it. We are live.
Oh, what a kick.
And if you didn't believe us before, you do now. On the shoulders, snake eyes. Never hear me make a mistake like that. Stop in the butthole.
Oh wait. Could she
oh
be?
No,
Yes.
Come on. Cost the shades of Shane O'Mac himself.
Right into the ribs of Alice Young, that flying drop kick. From post to post, coast to coast, but Alice Young has recovered.
Goes for a
arm breaker.
Yeah, goes for an arm breaker, but not a chicken wing, not yet at least. Alice Young knows that she has to do as much damage to the arms, the shoulders, and the neck of Patterson as possible, who will not submit easy. I can promise you that. Not even a 2.
Testing the waters, perhaps there, Alice Young.
Perhaps testing the resilience of the rookie hero in the first time these 2 ladies have ever competed live here tonight in N.E.W. Great leg sweep there by Patterson. Now doing a little bit of touring herself. Stomp to the back of the neck of Young. What a great main event this has been. Middle rope goes Patterson. High risk here. Has to be careful of Simmons. Kick gets Young into a better position.
Oh, what a drop kick. Young in the middle of the ring.
Hard drop kick from the middle rope by Patterson right into the sternum of Young. What a clothesline. Sweet Jesus, what a clothesline.
Inside out, but Diana Simmons interjecting herself vocally here caught the attention of Riley Patterson.
I wondered how long it would be before the Brazilian behemoth made her presence known. Crucifix by Young.
Patterson may very well have had it won there. But now must fight on.
By Gary. It's a shame Patterson doesn't have any friends, otherwise she could have brought someone down herself with her. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh, God. Forearm smashed by Patterson. Hard drag by Young.
Back and forth. Backslide. Driver.
My God, what a suplex. Bridges. Not even a 2. Kick out. Quick kick out by Patterson. An energy spike, perhaps. Young, though, keeping off this hotly tipped rookie. Again, you see that damage being done to the arm by Young. That consistent, lethal attack to the arms of Riley Patterson.
Catching her breath. Well, that's allowed Riley Patterson to recover. Drags her away from the ropes.
Barely letting her breathe. Keeping right on top of Riley Patterson.
Going outside here. Distracting Shatopa from Diana Simmons, putting a chair into the ring. And Shatopa has seen it though.
We'll focus on the match. However, until it's safe to remove that chair, will Mike Shatopa.
Too close to the corner with that roll up there. Oh, Diana Simmons has Shatopa distracted.
Yeah, oh good lord, no.
Saw the second shot.
Saw the second shot by disqualification. Alice Young has lost this hotly anticipated main event.
Letting her anger get the better of her, perhaps not seeing any other way out.
Yeah, the Brazilian behemoth caused a distraction, but not for long enough. Mike Shatopa, our senior official, saw the second shot with the steel chair and acted accordingly. Well, by disqualification by hook or crook, Riley Patterson has won her first match ever in N.E.W. But what controversy here, and that was such a good match, and to end in such an abrupt fashion does not shine well on a woman who's won the World Championship 2 times already and considers herself the true force of the women's division.
Very questionable actions there from Alice Young. Clearly that second shot after Shatopa had turned around. I guess we're going to find out more about that tomorrow. Turmoil, midnight BST. We hope you can join us. Thank you and good night.
Good night.